We'll start this video tour by taking a look at this panoramic photograph from 1905 of the town of Butteville. It's taken from across the Willamette River at the ferry landing and shows the ferry landing at the bottom of the old historic Butteville Landing, adjoining wharves and docks, and above them warehouses. This was the main upriver port above the Willamette Falls for stern wheelers that were delivering merchandise and passengers and carrying out freight from 1860 to 1910. Above the docks and wharves and warehouses, you can see the community with its old Victorian homes, a couple of churches. There were 4 general stores, 1 hotel, all the kind of amenities you would expect to see in a pioneer town of that era. Welcome to the top of the Butteville Landing. This is the old historic landing in Butteville, Oregon. It constituted the road that between 1850 and 1910 was the main conveyance down to the river for products to be shipped out of Butteville. You can see it's got 2 grades to it. The low grade on the right is a function mainly of erosion. The higher grade on the left mainly protected by trees. The goal of this project is to remove the trees, put in a single grade, establish a 10-foot wide trail that runs down to the river, and eventually have a paddle dock at the river. This is one of the few public accesses along this stretch of the river that allow the public to freely get to the Willamette River. So you're looking at it before any improvements are made, which will require a bit of a stretch of the imagination. But now you can see the beauty of the river at the bottom of the trail. The right-of-way is 60 feet long, 60 feet wide and 450 feet long. So it's actually a sizable piece of property. As we approach the bottom here, you can imagine accessing the water for kayaks and canoes. What that'll mean is right here in front of us, establishing the beginning of a gangway that goes down to a floating dock. And on that floating dock would be a paddlecraft dock for kayaks and canoes. The old concrete you can see down there is the footing remains of the ferry boat landing that was constructed here in the 1950s. That's an archaeological site according to Oregon historic definition, so we will be retaining those old concrete footings as part of the improvement and providing historical interpretive signage about this item or element and the history that took place here. Now we're going to swing around and look back up the landing, and you can see where we came down and appreciate the wonders of access to the river on this stretch of the Willamette. We'll end this video by taking a deeper dive of the project plans for the restoration of the Butteville Landing. At the top of the landing, the trail will begin near a picnic area with handicapped access and proceed down a winding trail that will be characterized on both sides with native plantings. There'll be another picnic area and viewing areas at the bottom. And the trail ends with the beginning of a gangway. The gangway goes out to a floating paddle dock for kayaks and canoes.